want to help you live your best life. Have you ever thought about what your life would be like if you didn't have to worry about money? Or have you considered if you'll have enough when you retire? Maybe you've saved up for a while and feel like there's something more you should be doing instead of letting that money just sit there. And that's exactly where I started. I had saved up for several years from my job, had those savings sitting in a bank account, and then one day realized that I was losing money by just letting it sit there. And that's what got me into investing. Now, I'm an engineer. I had zero finance background, and investing terrified me. I had no idea where to start or what any of it meant. And I didn't want to take any steps before fully understanding what I was getting into. So I decided to educate myself. I read books, I listened to other investors who'd been successful, I did online courses, I spoke to people around me who had started investing or knew more about it than I did, and I didn't stop until I felt like I got it. Now, by no means am I claiming that I know it all. Far from it. I'm still learning every day, and I plan to continue to do so. And that is actually part of why I decided to start making these videos. If I had come across something similar when I was scared and had no idea what to do, it would have made my life so much easier. And I probably would have gotten into investing much sooner, which I really wish I had, because time is the most valuable thing you can use to your advantage. We'll get to that a bit later. Now, again, and just as a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. All the opinions I'm expressing are for general informational purposes only. They're not intended to provide any specific advice on any specific investment product. My only intent is to provide education about the financial industry and share my journey as I'm going through it myself. So maybe it can help somebody who really wants to get started. And hey, maybe you don't realize that you should get started. You should. So, why do I believe that this is important? Let's say you don't think you'll be able to retire comfortably, or haven't even given it much thought. Or let's say you want to have enough saved up to be able to make a large purchase, like sending your kids to college, or maybe going back to school yourself, or buying a house. Or let's say you want to leave that 9-to-5 job and retire early, or follow a passion that you might have. And the only thing stopping you from doing that is not having the money to do so. And that's why financial freedom is so crucial to have. It's the door that will allow you to decide what you want to do with your time and how you want to spend it, instead of being forced to do something you don't want to be doing for most of your life. Now, there are some basic steps you can take that can put you on the right track if you already aren't on the right track. The first thing you need to do is pay yourself. Now, this basically means putting money aside before spending it. I'm not saying you have to be so obsessed with saving that you don't enjoy your life. If buying a coffee from Starbucks every day makes you happy, so do it. Just make sure you're spending for the right reasons, and that what you're buying is truly making you happy and making a difference in your life. A lot of people make more money over the years as they grow older and as their jobs expand, but the trap that they fall into is spending more when they earn more. That's why you hear about people who were once millionaires going broke, or people who suddenly come into a lot of money through an inheritance or the lottery, and then they end up with nothing after a short while. Spending more doesn't mean more happiness, and I'm sure you'll agree if you stop to think about it. Maybe you even know somebody in that situation and you've seen it right in your life. So let's say you've started saving and you're doing well there. The first thing you want to do after that is pay off any high interest debt you might have. That's really important to get out of the way, because the longer interest accrues on a balance, the more you'll pay eventually. So make sure that you get rid of that as soon as possible. Once that is done, you want to build something called an emergency fund. And that's basically an amount of money set aside as a financial safety net for any unexpected surprises that could come your way. This could be a medical emergency or losing your job. And having this amount set aside will greatly reduce the stress levels that you might have and help you sleep a bit better. Some experts recommend having a fund equal to 3 to 5 months of living expenses. Some even recommend having up to a year. Now that's really a personal decision, and then you should just go with what makes you comfortable. So once that's out of the way as well, the next thing you need to start thinking about is supplementing or replacing your 9 to 5 job. So there are two kinds of income you can generate: active and passive income. Active income is when you trade your time for money. So let's say you have your job and you're going to work every day, but on the days that you don't go, you don't get paid. It's as simple as that. But what this means is that you're going to have to keep working until the day you die if that's your only source of income, which is why it's very important to also focus on passive income. Passive income basically means you can generate income while you sleep. Now it sounds easy and nice, but that doesn't mean you don't put in any work. On the contrary, it might require more work, but the benefit is that you put the work up front and then you can keep receiving money from that work for many years to come. And investing can be one of those passive streams. Now there are a lot of ways to invest, and there are many vehicles that weren't available years ago. And now with the ease of online platforms and availability of data, a lot of barriers have been removed. And even with that, one idea that people still seem to have is that they have to accrue a certain amount of wealth before they can invest. And that's not true, because you can start small and you can start now. Starting early and consistently adding just a little bit every month is better than waiting several years to accumulate a large amount and then dumping it all at once. It's probably better to get your feet wet anyways, which is what I personally prefer to do. So easing into it could also be a good way to do it if that's your personality. So just to recap, you want to save early and often and keep your investment objective in mind. Always remember what you're doing this for. I really hope that by making this video, I helped someone learn something new, or at least get them interested to pursue this more maybe. I just believe that this is something everyone should know and understand, and I highly encourage you to seek financial security and freedom. It's really possible and you can get there. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and feel free to subscribe to the channel. It's brand new. This is the first video I'm posting. I'm not completely sure where I'm going with it yet, but hopefully someplace good. Please let me know your thoughts, or if you have any comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Have a wonderful day.